Hey Magic fans, welcome back. Captain Clyde here speaking to you. And we are going to do the EV for the Time Master, or Time Spiral Remaster, excuse me. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a little disappointed in it before we even get started. So the things this set does have going for it, I will say, lots of nostalgia. It was fun to open, to see all these old cards in packs again. It was just fantastic. It was a real fun thing. So if we look at this as the maybe a draft set or something you want to go do and draft Time Spiral block like back in the old days for the most part, because I mean it's all three sets in one, so forth and so on. But it's really worth it if you just want to do that. I mean, it's a great set, lots of fun. But looking at it from an EV standpoint, there's actually not a lot of value in the box that justifies the cost of the box. And we'll get a little more into that later. But first off, let me show you some of the sweet things that I got. So out of 3 boxes, I got one Chroma's Memorial, one Sliver Legion, that was Mythics. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Mythics. On the rare side, we got 2 Orborgs, 2-pack of Negations. Those are around 20 bucks a piece. Those are pretty sweet. Did manage to get 2 Gemstone Caverns. That was very nice. And then other Mythics of note, Damnation, Gauntlet of Power of Vesuva, and 1 Tarmogoyf. So all pretty sweet. Now there were other Mythics as well. Unfortunately, some of the Mythics in here, like other ones, are only worth $1. So that was pretty disheartening. Some of the big things that we saw from the rare slot, we did get a rare Angel's Grace. That's pretty nice. A couple Monastery Swift Spears. This is about $10. These are all 5s. Around, there's a Chalice in there. Kiki-Jiki, a couple Dryad Arbors. Remand was worth a little something. Once again, like I mentioned, here are dollar Mythics are literally at only $1. This is like $3 maybe. A couple Wheel of Fates. A couple old Simmies from the old art. All that worth money. The real money in the extra slot that we got was an Arcades, a Ponder, and a Leyline. Ponder being the most expensive one, believe it or not. I was kind of shocked. It's around $10-20. Depending on market value when this actually goes live, that could be a little different, obviously. For the rares, didn't do half bad. Probably the coolest rare we got, foil-wise, was a very nice Angel Grace. The other ones are pretty sweet too. We did get a Hypergenesis Mythic. I haven't seen a price for it anywhere yet. Just on the websites, it hasn't been listed at the time I did this video, so I'm going to have to go back and relook at that again, but just keep that in mind when I do the box EVs. Something to note, I noticed. So this is a common Chromatic Star. For some reason, this common foil is worth $15. So, like I said, I did a lot of research to make sure that I got all the value out of the box that I could. And this thing being $15 really blew me away. Yeah. So then over here, you have the throwback foils with the old foiling. All these are around 20 or $30. I think this one's only 10 to 15 right now. Of course, it's a waste. So not any real big hits. You'll notice I have 4 and I only opened 3 boxes. 1 box did have 2. I do know a lot of people are saying, oh, these are only 1 per case. No. These are 1 per box. Sometimes you get 2. For example, the 1 box I got 2 in, I got these 2, which was about $70 worth of value almost, 50 or 60. Actually, it's $59 worth of value. So $59 just in these 2 cards. So keep that in mind. This one here is around 30. Like I said, this one's around 10, 15. And then over here, if you look at all these cards here, now obviously there's a ton of them. All these cards I averaged at about $1 a piece because some of them are $1 or close to $2, but there are some in here that are only worth a couple cents. For example. And that was with all the special cards. I did the same thing with the rares because even though some of these rares are worth $1 to $2, example, 15 cents. You would think this would be worth more, but no, 15 cents. 15 cents, right? So not all of these are the greatest value. Yeah, Tolarian West, like $1.80 at tops, I think when I looked this up, 10 cents. Lotus Bloom, right? Everybody thought this was going to be the big thing. It was selling real high. Right now, $1.50. Like even this was $30, $20 last time I think I sold one of these. This thing, $1.50. Glittering Wish, $1.50. Walk the Eons, $1.50. Right? There's just a whole lot of that in here. And then once again, a lot of the ones are 10, 15, 50 cents. It really just drags it. So I just did an average of $1 a piece, ran them as bulk. And trust me, I went through every one of these to try to get as much value out of these as I could. Like I said, I even went through all the foils, even the common ones, to look for value. That's where I found that at. So I've done everything I can for this to try to get as much money out of these boxes as I can. Now, the actual box EV, what we came up with. So I'm not going to show you my high-tech calculating system, which is basically this on a piece of paper and a calculator. But anyway, so my first box video I opened, the EV was only $234. Second box, $246, and the last box was $275. Now, a lot of that has to do with card quality pulls and things like that, and the first box is where I got this Hypergenesis. So if this is worth 10 to 20 bucks being a Mythic, which it may not be, but if it is, that would take the price value to about $250 probably, I would guess. But on average, we're looking at a box EV of, right around... Let's see here. I'll do the math real quick because I'm not prepared. I didn't do it before I started. So 109 and 46, 150, 550. So box EV average is about $250 a box. And you guys may think, wow, that's a pretty good box EV. But let's do a little history on this box EV and let's talk a little bit about why I'm disappointed in it. And now, once again, you guys can have your own thoughts. You're not little sheep. You ain't got to follow what I think. But I would like to give you some of my logic behind this and why I think the way that I do about this. As I went through and I looked at all these nice little cards, and got all this nice little stuff. One of the things I did notice as I went through is if you look at here, the actual estimated box value is $366 on TCG Player. The average boxes are going for $262. As I went and I looked at this, the average box that I found is about $225. So honestly, these box EVs over here, you're barely going to get any money out of the box unless you hit something really, really good. So you may make $50 a box. But if you're losing 10 to 15% on eBay fees plus shipping fees, you're actually going to lose money by opening this box and try to sell singles. So it's just not going to work out for you. So if you're looking for something that you can flip and make money off of, honestly, you're better off buying set boosters from Kaldheim because their box EV and their rate of return was like $200 return on a box. So, yeah, it's pretty sad, especially since this is basically a master set, with all this stuff going on. Now, granted, if you get one of these cards that are worth $200-$300, it's going to throw your box EV way off, but that's just playing a lottery. So you notice another number over here I put it at, and I was, as I was looking through all this, I just kind of had a thought. I was like, this is a lot like double masters. Meaning in which, you get your regular rare slot plus this, which could be, even if they're commons or whatever, worth as much as a rare or mythic. So it's almost like double masters. So right now, double master boxes are going for $418. That's what their average sell price is on TCG Player, with an estimated value from the set of $1,586. So there's a $100 difference here. Here, this set is worth 3 times the box just to buy a box. Here, you're basically breaking even, making $100. So, in all essence, a double Masters box will, even though it will cost you more, has a better chance of paying you back and allowing you to keep some of the cards after you sell singles to pay off the box. And the reason why I say that, and one of the reasons why I don't like this box, as far as cracking boxes to make money, you're not going to. I'm just telling you that right now. Like I'm gonna go and probably list most of these cards online because of the estimated box value and box cost. I will be lucky to break even, which means all this I did was literally for nothing. I just wasted a lot of my time. I'm going to use a lot of my materials for shipping and so forth just to get money back on something that I'm going to make no profit on. Now, with that said, if you're looking to open these packs and find cool things and just put them into a deck or whatever, yeah, sure, that's great, and that's a whole other story. But the real problem I have with this set, in case you guys don't remember, and I'll do a little math for you guys right here on my tablet. You know, the box EV was $262. Now, current Wizard doesn't do, you know, sale price or whatever. But remember, this set was announced at around $140 to $150 a box. Now, when I finally got a chance to buy these boxes, once they'd actually hit, my vendors, it was already up to $179. So they already sold for cheaper than this, but because of limited supply, Wizards doing this, that, and the other, the box price increased to $179. I could only get 3 boxes because of limited supply. Then, once everybody realized everything that was in the set, plus these old-time foils and things like that, and what the kind of prices were for them, everybody jacked the prices up on all the cards, even the cards that aren't worth that, and now the boxes are selling for like $229 on average after shipping and taxes. And some places, it goes all the way to $249 before shipping and taxes. So, if you compare this $249 to the actual box EVs we have here, you're not making anything. So you'd only buy a whole box just to crack it and keep all the cards, because selling them will net you nothing. It actually could probably cause you to lose money. So that's the real problem I have with this set. Also, with them doing this like a master set, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to do this again, which means some of these cards will see another printing, which means these cards, most of them, are going to go down in price once that actually happens. So that's the real issue I have with the set. I think as far as opening it for fun, it was a blast for me to open these cards. Seeing Simeon Spirit Guides and, Past in Flames, Great Shots again. Like, it was so sweet to see those cards coming out of packs. But they're not worth anything. So, for nostalgia reasons, I give this an A+. For actual price and how it was distributed, I'd probably go D-. Just because, you're basically playing scratch-offs to break even on the lottery. If you really wanted these cards, it would actually be cheaper to go buy them individually than to actually buy packs of these cards. For example, Ancestral Recall, or I'm sorry, not Ancestral Recall. Let me get these, let me thumb through here and find it real quick. This is the best example. I remember when, no, that's not it. Good Lord, where is it? It's blue. It's got to be in here somewhere. Maybe it's in this pile. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, this one, Ancestral Visions. I remember this was a $60 card, and I really wanted to have 4 of these. So when I seen this come out, it was in this box. I'm like, man, this is going to be sweet. I can get some good value. Maybe even get a couple play sets of 4 and then break even and get to keep a few cards. I'm not going to get to keep a few cards. And honestly, this card right now is selling for like $3 to $4, sometimes $2. So honestly, I'm just going to buy a play set for $8 instead of the $200 it used to cost and just put them in a binder. So it honestly wasn't worth the value of me going after all this stuff like Wheel of Fate. If I want 4 of these, it'd cost me $4. Balance, if I want 4 of these, it'd cost me $4. Living In, if I want 4 of these, it might cost me $10. Everything is so cheap, which is good for the market, I believe, as far as getting people into the game and playing the older formats. But the problem with that also is it's going to make the formats cheaper for those who invested in them. And that's going to be a real issue for some people. So once again, that's my rating. As far as like nostalgia, if you want to play this for a draft, you just want to open it for fun, definite A. I loved opening it. I thought it was great. It was really fun. As far as like cracking packs to get expensive cards and making money, D at best. just because the price is so high and been jacked up because of limited supply. Wizards didn't think maybe people didn't want these. The distribution was bad. We first heard 150. Now it's gone up all the way to 250. It's almost went up $100 per box since its release. So now you can't even get them at a reasonable price. It's a lot of feel bads to try to get this experience. And one pack at a time, yeah, it's probably going to be cool and all, but just me personally, if the price keeps climbing, it's going to be as much as a master set per pack. It'll be $10 a pack before you know it. I mean, all it's got to do is get to 360, right? And then it's $10 a pack because there's 36 packs. And then we're back to a master set with maybe not even as good a pull as some of the master stuff. That's just my opinion and my views. Me personally, if I had a chance to buy more of it, I wouldn't pay more than $200 a box. If you hit a valuable card, you'll double your money. But if it takes you 3 cases to hit that one valuable card, let's say, for example, it takes you 3 cases, so out of 18 boxes, you get a $300 card. You've only made an extra $10 per box, basically, $15 per box, because you were able to hit one $300 or $200 card. So I really just don't think it's worth it to crack these packs to try to make money. I think this is going to be more nostalgia, more drafting, things like that. Will it go up in value? Yeah, I think it will, because there's just not very much of it, and it's just kind of supply-demand situation. It's basic economics. But as far as trying to buy this in bulk and hold it, I think if you had to pay for it right now, you're going to have to hold this product probably for at least 5 years before you see any kind of good return on it. And even then, I think that's kind of risky, because if they go through doing this again with other sets, you very well could see your prices of some of your cards drop dramatically just because of the reprint value and things like that. So that's how I feel about it, guys. Give me a comment below. Give me a like and subscribe. I always do appreciate that. And as I said before, everything's getting ready to come back out. It's almost time to start playing Magic in person again. Gen Con's been rescheduled. I'll see you guys there, September 16th through 19th. No, they're not paying me for this. I just love Gen Con. And also, like I always say, guys, be kind to one another and watch for later in the week. I don't have any boxes left to open, so I'm a little bored, honestly. So I think toward the end of the week, I might open my Double Masters box and see if we can't hit the jackpot. So until next time, guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, support my channel, support each other, and as always, the captain says, be kind to one another, guys. See you later.